Good evening. Hey guys, my name is Denny Lee Williams. Can you believe how old I am now, man? If you look at that picture on eBay, I'm about 33 years old, somewhere in there. I'm now 57. Been up here in Nashville since 1988. I've done all kinds of crap. Failed the Gibson test. They didn't like me. They wanted me to be a corporate boy. But a Superreverb and a Bandmaster Reverb are identical circuits, except for the transformer. The transformer in the Bandmaster Reverb is like a wimpy 30-watt transformer. We'll say a basement's 50 watts. Well, a Superreverb has got a 40-watt transformer, and it runs at 2 ohms because the 8-ohm speakers, 4 of them makes it 2, but you can't hardly find it. I've never seen a 2-ohm 15. So what we've done here is I've taken a basement style 50-watt transformer, put it in these Bandmaster Reverb heads, changed the faceplate to the famous Vibroterd by Dirty Denny's here on by cranking the amp, because I don't use pedals, so I like to just crank the amp and use a hard attack or you know, your attack in your hands to get tone. Okay, the guys that are all showing up at these gigs like this, you know, with a ton of pedals, you know, trying to get that sound, it's really, I feel sorry for them, and I really want to educate the young around. I think I'm going to go back into having a little music shop, because you know, a kid that will learn to listen to an elder like myself who's been around and knows this thing. We get started. Here we are with the amp, and on the back of it, it has a switch where you can go 2, 4, or 8 ohm in case you want to run a cabinet with it. Now, I also have a red Marshall style cabinet that has 4 of these Bulldog 8s. If anybody wants to buy that, I'll sell it. But I'm going to keep this baby, and this is my amp here with the 15. This is my 2 personal amps. Hard, as you can just see there. So I really, you know, I stretch the hell out of my strings. I just stretch. So we'll start with the Van Zandt up front. These are Van Zandt pickups, true vintage middle RWRP reverse round, and true vintage. I got the what do you call it? Plus in the back, and I just did that, and I really like it. You hear that having a problem with that low E, you know, kind of be floppy. That's why I think all Stratocasters should have reverse necks, because the big string goes that much longer, like on a piano scale, and it gives it's tighter. You hear that? And then the little strings are shorter and easier to bend. So this has got dead strings on it, so I'm playing the fine Strat. I just like it. I just built it. Nervous, man, kind of like you know, I'm not used to doing videos, so when I set my tones, roll everything off. This is just the way I do it, okay? And then I'll bring up the volume a little bit. Start rolling up a bit until I find about the notch what I want. Same thing with the low end. Now, as you go up in volume and gain, you have to decrease your lows a little bit. Now, reverb, I usually do this number, like the little wing thing, you know. Bring up a little reverb, just a little more than that, unless you're doing surf, Dick Dale. This. I love a Fender Reverb. There's nothing like a spring reverb. I'm just going to play a little bit. Now that little cheap Sony mic in that camera probably isn't doing this thing justice. Got a hangnail kind of woman. Ooh, man, you ever had a hangnail woman? You guys like to chew on them women's toenails, I know y'all do. Anyway, back to the guitar. Let's see what else I can play. Some Hendrix, maybe? Did a great video and I went over there and the doggone battery died, so who knows. So this is awesome for playing small rooms, okay? Incredible. I mean, for like a little lounge where you want to still get that tone, but those Bulldogs, they just don't pop like a Mama JBL here. Little story on the JBL I got here. 4-ohm JBL. Have you ever heard of one? Let me tell you something. They're out there. They're hard to find. I've tracked about 4 of them downward. Although an 8-ohm's cool too. But the 4-ohm is, you know, gives you a little more power and not quite as much as cleanness, but you might not want that. The JBL's clean as hell anyway. Stevie Ray Vaughn used a 15-inch Vibroverb and a 410 Superreverb and kind of like blended them together with all these other amps. You had Dumbles and stuff. I'm not trying to be a Stevie Ray Vaughn guy. I don't even play any of his tunes really, except for me and him both like Hendrix. And we're kind of from the same area. I'm from, I played a lot in, you know, Texas and Louisiana. My thing was more of an R&B. Of course, I'm not comparing myself at all. I mean, that guy was a monster, you know. But back where we're from, guys, you know, they're blue-eyed soul players. I was called the swamp pop player. I hate that term. But a lot of guys like us were early rock and rollers that basically got thrown into country music and R&B, and it's pretty much, you know, even the country today. Don't get me started on the country, anything. I'm so sick of microwave music, especially here in Nashville. I'm telling you, it is white boy city when it comes to the labels. Now, hopefully one day there's going to be, you know, satellite stuff. They're going to just kick the Clear Channel's ass, and we'll get back to having some real music again. That's why the kids are digging all the stuff that you know, from the old days. You know, the late '60s, the Woodstock, all the kind of stuff. But like I said, don't get me started. This is not. This is some kind of V8 energy drink, but it is working. All right. Here we go. The Vibroterd with the as you can see, roll the notch in. Oh man. Hear that? Even though he's black, I'm not a big Prey fan, but you know, I mean, I like him for what he is. I'm a Freddie King, Hendrix type of guy. I like attack, you know. I like the gut bucket. What's that guy? Albert King, all those cats, man. But anyway, Jimi Hendrix, I'm like Stevie Ray Vaughn was the man. It's nice, man, to just have tone, Bubba. Tone, man. Think about a piano player who sits down at an acoustical piano and just da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? That's how you should play guitar. Thank you. My name is Denny Lee Williams. Please buy one of these Vibroterds, man. I'm moving. I need the money, and God bless you. Thank you.